Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot NT here, and what I'm going to be showing you guys and serving up for you is a recent arrival that finally came. It's actually the second attempt, and this one it was successful. It's a Kickstarter deck that arrived. A really cool concept. And just without further ado, I'll just show it to you guys. This actually, it was sent to me originally. I was supposed to get it a month ago, but I never knew it until I was checking my Kickstarter and I noticed that I hadn't received this deck yet. And so I messaged the creator because I didn't get any tracking number or anything like that. And I thought maybe I missed it, and then come to find out it had been delivered, but I never saw the package at my place. I can only assume that either it got lost in transit or someone took my package. But the creator was nice enough to send me another copy, and this one, when I tell you I watched it like a hawk, I nearly every day, if not every couple of days, I made sure to have, if I could set up alarms, alerts to my phone and my emails, I set those up. I tried to have it go to my to the post office, so I would pick it up there instead of it going to my place in case I was working that day. So I, just to be sure that it would not happen again. And for some reason, the post office decided to deliver it to my place again. But at least my neighbor was, I was able to contact my neighbor when I saw the notification that it was delivered, and I checked with them and asked them, is it in my mailbox by any chance? And they're like, yeah, it is. I was like, oh, please take it. Take it inside for me, please. And they were nice enough to do that. So it's in my hand finally. And what that deck is, so nice, it's the Pulp Tarot, which was created by Todd Alcott. So this Kickstarter happened back in July of 2021, actually June. It was the campaign lasted like 30 days, so a month. So it was like end of June, and then in July was backed successfully. As you can see, this is a deck that is Rider-Waite-Smith inspired. The twist here is that he took inspiration from old-timey pop culture, movie posters, those paperback novels, and kind of created a whole 78 card deck based on that inspiration. So let us open this wrapper here. Oh, and this is so cool because here you can see, sorry, it's quite the shiny box. He had the box design like one of those really old paperback novels, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of when I was younger and I would read these old Harlequin books. And even here, this is, oh, I was gonna say, is this normal? But I'm looking at it, sorry if I'm cutting it weirdly, but this is not like a defect. This is actually purposefully there. The only thing is I cannot go and read exactly what it says. Let me see if I can try and decipher it. New look at the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck through the vocabulary of 70 years of pulp illustration. It's a dynamic, penetrating maybe, two-fisted tarot deck that something to rip the lid off the secret forces that pulse vibrantly within every living soul, and examine the squirming, throbbing life within. Colorful, intriguing, and complex, the Pulp Tarot was created with only one goal in mind: to guide your questioning soul from darkness to light, if you dare. And then it talks a little summary about Todd Alcott, who is a graphic designer living in Southern California. And so already I think this is a really cool I am going to call it package sauce, but just, you know, visual packaging. It's really attracting to the eyes. It's, you know, you even have a little touch. I get 35 cents for those like old books and things like that. So let's go into it. So we have like a magnet box lid with a string to pull the cards out. We have a little white book, which is black and white. Let me just look real quick. Sorry guys, I was trying to see if there was a table of content, and since I don't have my glasses on right now, I kind of have to bring things closer to my face. So we don't have a table of contents, but it doesn't really matter. You have a little introduction about the deck itself, then it goes straight into the major arcana. Then after that, the minors are right around here. It's very to the point. There's no you know, prettiness or anything like that. It's very this is what you have, this is what you get. And then a note on the process. So here it explains, he explains a little bit how he put together the Pulp Tarot. And then Todd Alcott. And like I mentioned, the box opens up just like a book. This is so cool. So I'll just kind of tip it over like this because it does have a little plastic. It is wrapped in plastic. A little bit overkill, but you know, whatever. Like I mentioned, there's a ribbon to pull it out. So let's put the box aside. And I will go, let me just find my little sharp thing that I had. And I will go and open this up. You can also notice while I'm opening the plastic that the cards have been edged in red. It's a matte red. I think it's a really nice touch. It looks really good. It kind of follows the style of the overall look of the deck. Like there's reds and it's this old-timey red, if that makes sense. Alrighty, let me just put this aside. So a little bit of extra plasticky, and of course it has to be the type of plastic that it's kind of like staticky. Okay, so here we have like that, and I recognize this color red because I used to read a lot of the older Harlequin type books, or even older like you mentioned, Pulp Fiction books and things like that, and it had this like vintage red, I'm gonna call it, and this totally reminds me of that. And so here, like I mentioned, there's red on the edges. If we look at the cards are, I will say, on the thinner side, on a scale of Modern Witch to Joy Seeker. I would put it closer to Joy Seeker, but not, you know, not all the way close, but it's in that realm. I would even venture to say that it's thinner than US GameStop or Llewellyn. So yeah, it's closer to a Joy Seeker thin, but we'll see when we shuffle how it holds up. I would probably tell myself to be a little bit careful because it seems like the sort that could easily bend on you if you're not careful. And the cards have a little bit of gloss, but not too much. So, you know, you can kind of catch my ring light here, but it's not super glossy. It's semi-gloss, magazine level gloss. So what we're going to do now, guys, we are going to zoom in a little bit and we are going to check these super awesome, cool cards out. Oh, I am really zooming you guys in. Sorry. There we go. Perfect. And we will start with the Fool, looking so cool. She doesn't have a knapsack, but she does have the rose, and there is the dog, just as happy as she is as she's running, not looking at her next step, but she is living her best life right there, and she's loving it, and I'm all here for it. And I do enjoy that the way that they put Major Arcana card number 0. It kind of looks it makes me think of like magazines, you know, sometimes they'll have like volume 1 issue, whatever. So it makes me think of that. I think that's really cool. Now the Magician. So we have it. He looks like this guy would have been like a illusionist or a magician, quite literally. He has his magic wand here, but even though he has his magic wand, you do see the 4 elements of the minor arcana with the infinity symbol there, the limis. I'm not even going to try to say it because blame it on my languages, but infinity symbol. Okay. Oh, look at, so cool. And the Empress, we did see this image in black and white on the little white book, but here she looks really cool there. Then we have the Emperor looking straight out of a medieval scene. We even have the little touches of the rams. I almost want to say bull every time, but it's rams. Oh my gosh, for this Hierophant, is it me or that Hierophant is looking like mighty old? Like, I don't want to be mean and say decrepit, but I mean, like really, really old. That is really cool. He doesn't have his disciples, but that's okay. We can get the message across from that. Oh, look at the cool lovers. That is so cool. Here it doesn't look like the typical Rider-Waite-Smith, where they're on either side of the card and then we have the angel on top. It looks more dynamic, as if the angel is trying to intervene, if that makes sense. They're trying to, it's as if like the angel is stepping in. And I'm kind of curious as to why these two are kind of scared. This is so cool. The Chariot. Here it looks like we're going a little bit more modern, especially when you compare it like just with the Lovers. You can see it's like a whole different era. Strength card. Looking cool. The Hermit. That's a pretty bomb image. It looks like a movie poster or the cover of a thriller novel. Then the Wheel of Fortune. Here we have the astrological signs, and we have also the 4 creatures, I'll call them that. And Justice. This was one of the cards I had seen while the camping was going on. I don't remember if he had put it on in the summary or if it was part of the updates, because he was pretty good in regularly sending updates of card he had finished or just showing what was coming along. But that was one of the cards I was like, oh, she's so bad, I'm liking this deck more and more. And you even have like, it looks like a crease on the card, but it's not on the card. It's really the image itself. So, I'm touching it, there's no crease. It just really adds to the old feel of the card. So it's not the card. It's not like the card physically itself, it's the image, is what I'm trying to say. Now the Hangman. And Death. Look at that. That looks like such like a horror movie poster. And I just caught that in the Rider-Waite-Smith. You have the skeletal figure Death on a horse, and then you have the king, and then a pope, and then I think a child and like a younger woman, and almost all of them are here. And you have some extra people like these 2 guys there, but you have these same elements, and it's really cool. And even down to like over there in the far off distance, the sun, that you can see it as setting down or about to rise. It's a really cool touch. Now Temperance. Very nice. I like it. It's fun. Then the Devil. And as if it's not evident enough, the enslaved woman and the enslaved man. Now, that is a really cool tower picture. That, oddly enough, usually the tower is not one card that will sway me into getting it or not. But in this case, that particular rendition, I thought was really cool. Then you have the Star. The Moon. I think either it's two people with wolf masks or two people, werewolves, howling at the moon. Oh, you even have the crawfish, crab, lobster right there. We don't have an element of water, but we can infer it. That's really cool. Now the Sun. You know what? I never had these type of horse toys when I was a kid, but I imagine it was lots of fun. Judgment. Okay. And then the World. And look at that. We have a little RWS world card right here. I feel like it's a little bit of a nod. Now we're getting into the minors with the wands. So here we have the Ace, very similar to classic Rider-Waite-Smith. It's a nice image as well. And the Two of Wands is the same. Ooh, she's looking cool. Is she like on the moon or odd planet? Yeah, maybe some planet, because I think that's supposed to be like her helmet and things like that. Very nice Three of Wands. Now we have 4. I'm trying to figure out, is it like a pinup party? Are they trying to like represent like a pinup party, or maybe like a pageantry, beauty pageants or something like that? But hey, there's a party going on, that's for sure. Now we have 5. Definitely people being combative. 6 of Wands, look at that. It doesn't get any more feeling like victory than this. Then the 7 of Wands. I think that's really cool. Instead of just having one person, now it's as if they're not only protecting themselves, they're protecting the trope of the poor helpless woman. But nice. Then 8 of Wands, very Rider-Waite-Smith, very typical. All right, for the 9 of Wands. Very cool. Here it seems a little more, I don't know how to say it. I'm imagining the Rider-Waite-Smith again in my head, where the guy looks more tiresome. To me, I always get the feeling that it's at the end. Like, for example, you know, after the 7 of Wands, you're done and, you know, they go away or something like that. The 9 of Wands, Rider-Waite-Smith, the guy's more tired, like he's exhausted, he's worse for wear, but, you know, he did it. Here, it's like, it's not quite over. You know, don't rest on your laurels yet. And then the 10 of Wands. I think that's a really nice image, the silhouette and stuff. Now let's check the quartz. Hey, that's a different design style. This is more graphic-y, if I can call it that. Then the Knights of Wands. Not a horse, but a car. We do have the salamander here. I'm getting Dukes of Hazards feel. Is it just me? Let me know. Oh, that is a pretty cool Queen of Wands. I like her. And the cat. I don't know why. I like it when there's a cat in the Queen of Wands. When it's not there, I'm like, oh, I want a cat. And then the King of Wands. Oh boy. I'm wondering if this King of Wands is a little bit showing a bit more of the I want to say dark side, but it's not necessarily dark side. It's more when there's too much King of Wands, then there needs to be like maybe the reversed meaning. Yeah, we'll call it the reverse meaning because it seems like he's just watching the whole world burn. Now let's move on to the cups. Very nice. Here it looks like the bird is actually really depositing the well, in French it's like l'Eucharistie, but the Eucharist, the wafer in the cup. Then 2 of Cups. Then 3 of Cups. Look at these glamour ladies. And seriously, I don't know why, but I'm thinking like, really, like I could never wear a dress like this. I'm sorry, because things would be spilling out. It would not be nice. Then we have a 4 of Cups. That is so 4 of Cups. I told this for this one, like, yes. Just this longing and oh my gosh, woe is me. And this person here is like, hey, look, there's this. No, my life so hard. But look, I have this cup. No. I already have a whole story in my head. 5 of Cups. Once again, very Rider-Waite-Smith. You can see what it is right then and there. And then the 6 of Cups with a little vintage, almost it looks like a children's books, a children's storybook cover. Am I counting 6? Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, do I know how to count? Oh, no, I don't know how to count because I totally missed that one in the back. So 2, 4, 6. Okay, I'm good. It's okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is nice for the 7 of Cups. It's, I do have to admit, the way this guy is just like staring, like really like piercing eyes, I'm a little bit like, woo, okay, don't stare at me like that. Like, what did I do? Then the 8 of Cups. Oh, this is so like those old PI detective stories. I like that one. I like it. Then the 9 of Cups. Yes, living life. That is she. She is living life. And then 10 of Cups. Oh, look at them. They're having a blast at the bowling. Now for the Page of Cups. Yeah, we have the element, the little fish in a cup and things. Very Page of Cups. As for the Knights, we have a mousquetaire. I think it's a musketeer, right? Seems dressed like it. I give dramatic flares out of this card. Then the Queen of Cups. Side note, I like these shoes. I don't know why, but these shoes, I would like a pair. And then the King of Cups. Oh, and there's a fish that's jumping and I just saw that. All right, now for the next one, which is the swords with the ace. Very nice. Then the 2 of swords. I think that looks pretty cool. Also very Rider-Waite-Smith. 3 of swords. Oh, sorry. And here we can definitely see it, the same kind of font, same kind of book cover, to call it like that. but very restful, I can see here. Then the Five of Swords. We definitely get the sense of him being the last man standing. There's nobody else around, but it seems like it's one of those like, I won or I conquered or something like that. Then the Six of Swords. Very typical. Ooh, then the Seven of Swords, we have like this cat burglar type of thing. I like this version. Very nice. Then the Eight of Swords. Now, I don't know if I'm jinxing myself, but it seems like so far we're going through the third minor arcana suit. It seems like the swords are the closest to Rider-Waite-Smith. That's my observation. Then Ten of Swords. Then we have the Page of Swords. She looks like she's ready to start dancing. I don't know why. Oop. Then the Knight. There you go. One knight on a horse. We were missing horses up until now. But here, instead of going off, you know, into wherever, it looks like it's going off and I'm about to do something to this guy. Then Queen of Swords. I'm getting Joan of Arc vibes. Just right there, just looking at the image like this. And she's facing us as opposed to being from the side. And then the the King of Swords. Interesting here. It's not so much medieval, it's more modern than, you know, we have the Knight, the Queen. Even she's a bit more modern. All right, now for the Pentacles. Once again, very nice looking. Oh, look at that. Looks like a female version of Robin Hood. She doesn't look like she's balancing the two pentacles like we would typically see in the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. She's not even standing on one leg. She's very 2 feet planted. Even though the sea is, you know, being all wavy, she's like, nope, I'm good. It's balanced. Like confident with a capital C. Then the Three of Pentacles. I don't know why I'm giggling, but it's like instead of like working on the church here, they're working on a big old heist. It feels like so like opposites, but I like it. Then the Four of Pentacles. Oh, centipedes. Okay, well, it's not like, oh, I can't even stand to look at bugs, but I get it, because at first I was just looking at, okay, well, he's holding the money, but it looks like, listen, drop the cash and get that bug off of you, but it looks like he's holding on like no, I could never. I'm sorry. That bug needs to get off of me. Then the Five. Oh, so sad. Well, I'm saying so sad, but yeah, I totally get it. Just, you know, feeling this slack. Then the Six of Pentacles. I'm having, if I'm not saying anything, I'm having already this whole story going on here. This is looking really nice. Then the Seven of Pentacles. Other side note, is it me or she looks like Liz Taylor? Tyler? No, Liz Taylor. Just let me know, because there's a resemblance here. But I don't get so much waiting for things to come. Like, it seems like she already got it. I would have to see what they say in the book. Then the Eight of Pentacles. Working on things. But why is she naked if you're just going to be painting pentacles? Nine of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, look at this distinguished lady. We got the grapes. We got the bird. It's a statue. I can assume maybe it's an award. And she's just posing with her golden plaques. Then the Ten of Pentacles. Very similar to Rider-Waite-Smith. And there's the page. How posh. Then the Knight. All right, he has a car which is faster than a horse, but he's standing outside of the car. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And finally, the King of Pentacles. I'm getting kind of a CEO air off of him. All right. And this is the whole set of them. Now, I did forget to mention about the cards. They are reversible. Like, even though it's this kind of funky eye illusion type design, there you go. There are no problems if you like to physically flip your cards. And I am really enjoying these cards. They look so cool. What we're going to do, we are going to shuffle them and see how they fare. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of clumping. That's probably because they were wrapped in plastic, so it's gonna stick until a little bit of air gets through them. Oh yeah. See, the advantage of thinner cards is that you can definitely, you know, do tighter shuffles, but the danger is that you can overbend the cards also as well. So let's see now. Oh yeah. Let me see, trying shuffling from the side. All right. And that's also the advantage. With thinner cards, you can more easily shuffle from the long side. Still a little bit clumpy. We're having a bit of a bend, but that might also be because they're getting used to being used. So let's see, with a random card, how is the how is the guidebook? We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, the Joan of Arc looking one. Okay. It's a rather good size font on the little white book, so it's not too much of a hassle to read. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, look, I just spotted Joan of Arc and I was right. Look at that. Yay me. Okay. The Queen of Swords is represented in this deck by Joan of Arc, who, more than most people, knows what it's like to receive an idea from on high. Like Joan, the Queen of Swords is driven, motivated, and very sure of herself and her ideas. The question then becomes, does she end up like the woman in the Eight of Swords, trapped by her ideas or persecuted by others' opposing ideas? Okay, there's like a question that makes you think about it. But I'm kind of pleased with myself personally that I just threw Joan of Arc out there and it ended up that I was right. I like it. I like how it's presented. It seems like it's here it gave a little, in this case it definitely gave a little bit of a background of the inspiration behind. And so definitely with someone like Joan of Arc, you can to me at least, I can definitely understand the Queen of Sword feeling, because yes, she was dreaming, she had a vision, and she went with that vision, like, you know, she didn't let anything obscure her or anything like that. So these are the minors. Let's see if we can have something. Is that, oh, they're speaking of swords, it was a Six of Swords that came out. Let's see if we can find a major somewhere. Well, I don't really need to shuffle. This is force of habit. Let's see if we pick a random, oh gosh, major. Is there a major card in there? Nope. If we pick a random major card. Okay, this is getting fun to shuffle, I have to say. Okay, perfect. The Hierophant. Or as I called him, maybe a little bit meanly, the decrepit old man. Hierophant. Oh, there you go. The Hierophant is related to the High Priestess. Like her, he makes the rule. Unlike her, he doesn't seem to be very kind. He's more of a rules for the sake of rules sort of guy. Rules have served him very well. He's made it to the top of his religious order and has a fancy stone chair. Does he have the wisdom to go along with his strictness? Hard to say. He has the age, certainly, but I have my doubts, as any successful religious order tends toward corruption and favoritism. Okay, for this entry, I would say, I don't know if it's true, but the impression that I have here is that it seems maybe a little bit more opinionated. As opposed to based on, you know, Waite or Smith's interpretation. Because I know already about the system, I can pick out, you know, main points about the Hierophant, like, for example, that, you know, being related to the High Priestess, or, you know, being the top of the religious order, you know, rules for the sake of rules. To me, it's like the tradition, the hierarchy. Yeah, like that's what I pick up from what they're saying here. But if, now it's a little bit hard, but if I were to be someone that's going, you know, totally new into this, I don't necessarily know that I would get the same meaning per se. Maybe it'd be a little bit more colored by the white book. But then again, you know, usually what I do is I tend to at least go through the guidebook and their interpretation at least once, and then from there sometimes I end up picking a little bit from what the creator wrote down, or sometimes I go a little bit more with what I know about the cards or the impressions I get from them. So, you know, for the guidebook, it is what it is. Just for 2 entries, I can't really make a decision whether it's necessarily good or not, but I'm going to say it's light. There is nothing esoteric or nothing deep so far out of 2 entries out of 78. But we'll see for the rest of them. But so far, just to close this up, because it's already been a little bit since you've been sitting there watching and listening, the cards, I think they look really cool. The design concept, the theme, I'm really enjoying it. For each suits, you'll notice like the suits, or the fonts or the design style it follows a similar theme, which I think is really cool. So you'll have, you know, the cups here will have this kind of a font, a more curvy, swishy, I'll call it. Pentacles will look like that. Swords is a little bit more, I don't know, boxed in, if I want to call it like that. Then you have the wands. Makes me think of those old racing type of, oh, sorry, it's the light. Has a little bit of a racing feel to it. I don't know how to explain other than that. But yeah, so far I think they are really good. The cardstock, like I mentioned, it's on the thinner side. I put it closer to Joy Seeker, and even thinner than US game, but it does shuffle really well. You can do nice riffle shuffle, bridge shuffling, or however it's called, but do be aware of the pressure you put on the cards to not grip them too hard or bend them too hard while you're trying to, you know, get all the cards to shuffle in back in place, to snap back in place, like this. And even in this manner, to be sure that you don't have a card that's by accident kind of overfolds. The booklet, I would have to read the rest of them to see, you know, if I would take more from it or leave it. And for, oh, look at that, you're back. And for them, I don't know, this feels like a deck I would especially use either around October, Halloween time, or when I don't know, like I get like a nostalgia, if that makes sense, like kind of I'm getting this nostalgia, or during what I would call like the dead season, like fall, winter, or something like that. But anyways, that is the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott, which was a Kickstarter. I do believe he has extra decks that he is selling on his website, either his website or Etsy. I'll put the link in the description box. And so with all of that said, let me know, what do you think of the Pulp Tarot? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it your style? Are you intrigued by it? Do you want to get it? What do you think? Let me know. All your words in the comment section, down below, boop boop. And until next time, thank you so much for spending this time with me, going through an unboxing and flip through and listening to me ramble on and comment on almost every single card. Until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.